Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this installment of GBear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And here we are on April 17th, 2019. And yeah, I'm in the garden house because the wind finally laid down after a whole week of 20s to 35, 45 mile an hour winds every day, all night. I didn't get much done, but I got out here and took care of my plants this morning. I got everything watered, and now I'm going to get some other things done around here. And I wanted to show you some of the things that have been going on since I've last been in here. Well, I got nothing really coming up here except my onions. I got 2 onions on that end there that are coming up. And the wind apparently broke over that cucumber plant, but it's still living, so we'll see what happens with it. This one's doing okay. And then my onions look good. And then all my potatoes have sprouted. There's sprouts everywhere here, as you can see. And then this cucumber is doing okay. The winds really dried out the leaves on these trees, so I gave them a little extra water to make sure that they don't go into shock. I've got some fresh strawberries popping out of my strawberry plants here. My broccoli flowers grown up, and my peas are really getting up there. And these are the new ones that I planted down in here. And there's another one over there, and there's a couple growing right beside that one. I got another one over here and over here and over there. So yeah, those have all sprouted up and they're looking good. And these are starting to climb up and get their feelers reaching out. And they'll be looking to grab onto something pretty soon. Hopefully the corn will get up a little bit taller before it does. Let's see, pepper's doing fine. My cucumber plants, these are not vines, these are plants that they're a bush crop basically. Okay, the ruffled parsley is all sprung back. I've got some pieces I've got to trim off of there, and I'll feed those to the chickens. And then over here, my little grapevines are coming up, and they're over there. And my corns, those are corn seeds that I popped into the ground. I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 of those have sprouted. I like to usually have about 9 to 12, but it's still early. I got another little bush pole bean growing right there beside that corn stalk, just popping up, and these are coming up pretty big. I've got flowers on my tomatoes here, and my lettuce is happy. Grapevine's looking good. And tangerine tree is really putting out some extra growth. Pepper's doing great. This tomato's got some buds on it and some flowers underneath. They're facing down so you can't really see them. My apple tree really filling in, looking good. My pear tree got lots of flowers, lots of buds, and got some fruit getting ready to set on this, as you can see right here. So that's going to be a happy thing. And even some fresh growth coming out of this one. So this one's really happy. I got another pole bean down there popped up. Another pole bean over there popped up. Yeah, I stuck some beside the trees to see what would happen with them. This beefsteak tomato is full of blossoms. And I've got some pruning to do to get some of those suckers off the bottom. And this is my husky cherry tomatoes. And it's doing well, but that's ready for some pruning too. And these are indeterminate, so I can actually stick the clippings into soil and resprout them into new plants. And as you do that, especially with heirlooms, you really bring them back to their originals. My this is my zucchini. The watermelon is just starting to pop up. I mean, I think it was still a little too chilly for it. And my Italian parsley, my oregano, my Italian oregano is looking good. And over here, this pepper plant hiding behind the cilantro. And then over here, I got a couple of carrots ready for picking. I got an onion ready for picking. And cilantro there. Those little tomato plants down there are doing well. My lettuce down here is doing fine. All my kale, my beets, my onions, my carrots, my radishes, they've gone up to seed, but I'm leaving that because these flowers attract the bees and the insects that pollinate, so that's a good thing. And I've got my onions over there looking good, and my wheatgrass over here, and my potatoes over there in that potato grower. They're really doing really well. These tomatoes are getting ready to almost, when I get them up to about 3 leaves, then I'll spread them out and thin them out. And that'll be the end of that. All right. So I got all of that done. This tree I was worried about. Well, we got some fresh growth popping out right there. So it's still alive. I'm going to prune off some of the weaker branches and send some strength down into it. I can cut it down a little shorter so I can send the strength down into the bottom trunk here. And then this one, I still don't see anything fresh coming out of it, but again, the branches are still flexible, and I can't tell if these tips are new growth or if that's just drying up old growth. But to me, that looks like new growth right there, so it might have taken. It probably won't produce this year, though, because it's getting a really late start. And this one over here, a lot of fresh growth popping out of it, so this one's taken, and we're okay there. That's on my nectarines. And we're going to visit rosemary over here. And there's rosemary, really grown up fast. And so's her little toddler. I'm going to be school age pretty soon. And we'll have to deal with that when the time comes. That's all for today, everybody. Got some friends coming up and going to spend some time with me. So I'm going to close this off. And if you don't hear from me for a couple of days, that's because I'm getting back into things. But I'll try to shoot something. GBear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. And if you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Click the subscribe button. A little bell notification will pop up. Click the bell, and then you'll be notified of every video I make as it's posted. GBear signing off.